Listen carefully. A brand new $2,750 extra payment has just been announced, and millions of Americans could be eligible. But there's a catch. The deadline to claim it is coming up fast, and once it passes, that money could vanish for good. If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, this message could mean the difference between getting thousands of dollars or missing out entirely. Here's the truth. This isn't a rumor. It's part of a new relief adjustment the government quietly confirmed just days ago. The payment is being rolled out to help offset inflation and overpayment corrections that hit seniors and low-income families this year. But many people still don't even know they qualify. And that's why you need to hear this right now. The Social Security Administration just set a filing cutoff date, and they're not making it easy to find. Some reports say only those who verify their eligibility before the deadline will get the payout. Others warn that missing one simple step could mean you lose the entire $2,750. Now, before you panic or get too excited, here's what's really going on. This isn't your monthly Social Security check. It's a separate one-time payment that falls under what's being called the Supplemental Adjustment Program, and it's designed to correct what officials call unbalanced benefit adjustments from earlier this year. But here's where it gets tricky. Not everyone will automatically receive it. You have to take action, and depending on your state, your income, or even your bank deposit preferences, your eligibility could look completely different. So if you've noticed a strange notice in your MySSA account or a letter with the words adjustment notice on it, pay attention. That could be your $2,750 notice waiting to be claimed. We're going to break this all down: who qualifies, where the money is coming from, and how to make sure you file before it's too late. Because once that window closes, this opportunity will disappear, possibly forever. So grab a pen, because in the next few minutes, you'll know exactly what's happening, why this payment matters, and what you must do before the deadline hits. Now, let's talk about where this payment came from and why the government is suddenly offering thousands in extra benefits. Now, here's where things get interesting. This $2,750 payment didn't just appear out of thin air. It traces back to a series of policy adjustments the Treasury Department and Social Security Administration have been quietly working on since early summer. You see, over the past year, the government has faced mounting pressure to correct what many are calling the inflation gap. As prices for food, gas, and housing surged, millions of retirees and low-income Americans found that their benefit checks simply didn't stretch far enough. The cost of living adjustment, or COLA, gave a small boost, about 3.2% for 2024, but it wasn't nearly enough to match what families were paying at the grocery store. Behind the scenes, lawmakers and SSA officials began discussing an emergency adjustment, something to help bridge the shortfall that hit hardest between January and June. By late September, documents circulated suggesting a one-time supplemental adjustment payment might be approved before the end of the year, and now those rumors have turned into reality. According to SSA insiders, the adjustment is intended to balance overpayment corrections and inflationary deficits. In plain English, that means if your benefits were underpaid or adjusted incorrectly during the last COLA cycle, this $2,750 payment could be your correction. What's shocking is how quietly it was rolled out. There was no big press conference, no White House speech, just a small notice buried in the SSA's digital bulletin and a few state offices receiving updated memos. That's why so many people online are confused right now. They're hearing about checks showing up unexpectedly or seeing the term adjustment payment in their accounts without any explanation. And here's why this matters so much. For many Americans, $2,750 isn't just extra money. It's the ability to pay rent, afford prescriptions, or clear up a utility bill before winter. The government knows that, and that's why this limited window is stirring so much urgency. But here's the thing, and this part is crucial. This isn't being automatically applied to every Social Security account. In fact, some recipients have to manually verify their information to trigger the payout. The SSA wants to make sure the payment only goes to those who actually qualify based on income limits and benefit type. So if you've noticed an alert in your MySSA account or received an official-looking envelope marked Benefit Adjustment Notice, that's your first clue. Don't ignore it, because what's unfolding right now is one of the most time-sensitive benefit rollouts in years, and most Americans still have no idea it's happening. Coming up next, we'll break down exactly who qualifies, how the eligibility works, and what could cause your payment to be delayed or denied. You'll want to pay close attention because the next part could determine whether you see that $2,750 or lose it to the deadline. Now let's get to what everyone wants to know: who actually qualifies for this $2,750 extra payment and how it affects you directly. If you're currently receiving Social Security retirement, supplemental security income, SSDI disability, or veterans benefits, you could be part of the eligible group. But not everyone will automatically get this money. The rules are specific, and they're tied to how your benefits were calculated earlier this year. According to internal guidance shared with regional SSA offices, the supplemental adjustment payment is being offered to individuals whose 2024 cost of living increase did not fully align with inflation data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics between January and June. In simple terms, if your check didn't increase enough to cover the real rise in living costs, you may qualify for this one-time boost. The average adjustment is $2,750 per eligible recipient, but it can vary. Some people are seeing smaller amounts, around $1,400, while others could receive closer to $3,000, depending on their monthly benefit and state residency. Now, here's the key. To qualify, you must meet three main conditions. You received at least one Social Security or SSI payment between January and June 2024. Your total household income did not exceed the regional threshold, roughly $45,000 for individuals and $60,000 for joint filers. Your MySSA account or benefit statement shows an adjustment pending or eligibility review message before November 15th. If all three apply to you, you're likely eligible for the $2,750 payment, but you need to confirm it before the deadline. Here's what's catching many people off guard. Some states like Texas, Florida, and Ohio have earlier processing dates due to regional SSA schedules. That means you might only have a few days left to verify your eligibility. If you miss your verification window, your payment won't be issued automatically. And once the program closes, there will be no extensions. So, check your MySSA portal today. Look for a message that says Supplemental Adjustment Verification or Benefit Recalculation. If you see either of those, you're in the right group. And listen, even if you think you're not eligible, don't assume. There have been cases of retirees receiving letters weeks after the deadline in previous programs, discovering they were qualified all along. Don't take that risk this time. This payment could help cover overdue bills, medical expenses, or just give you a little breathing room heading into the holidays. For seniors living on fixed incomes, that extra $2,750 could mean not having to choose between groceries and heating. But here's where things get serious. The payment is being distributed in waves, and SSA officials have confirmed that the final verification cutoff is approaching fast. If your paperwork isn't complete or your account isn't updated, you could lose your spot in the queue. So what should you do right now? Check your SSA account, review your mail for any official letters, and make sure your direct deposit information is current. The system flags incomplete profiles automatically, and once the review window closes, those cases get marked ineligible, even if the person actually qualified. And here's something most people don't know. Veterans receiving concurrent VA and SSA benefits might qualify for an additional adjustment under the joint verification rule. If that's you, the total could exceed $2,750. Now, before you start calling every SSA office in your area, hold on. In the next part, we'll walk step by step through exactly what you need to do to make sure your payment is approved, processed, and sent out before the deadline hits. Because if you wait until the last minute, your $2,750 could vanish, and there won't be another round. All right, now let's go step by step so you don't miss your $2,750. Listen carefully, because this part is where most people get it wrong. Step 1. Go to ssa.gov and log in to your My SSA account. Once you're inside, look for any notification that says Supplemental Adjustment Payment, Benefit Recalculation, or Pending Verification. If you see one of those alerts, that's your confirmation that you're in the eligible pool. Step 2. Click Verify Information. The SSA wants to confirm your income and payment details before releasing any funds. Make sure your bank account, mailing address, and contact info are correct. Even a small error, like an outdated ZIP code or an old routing number, can delay your payment or cause it to bounce back. Step 3. Check your benefit payment schedule. Some recipients will see their adjustment added directly to their next deposit, while others might receive a separate payment marked as Adjustment Disbursement. It's important to monitor your account closely because these payments will not be labelled as stimulus or relief. They'll appear as a standard Treasury deposit with a short reference code, often ending in SUPAYDJ. Step 4. If you didn't receive a notice online, check your mailbox. The SSA has mailed paper notices to many households, especially for seniors who don't use online accounts. These letters come in white envelopes with an SSA seal and a small red stripe that says Time-Sensitive Benefit Update. If you find one, open it immediately and follow the verification instructions inside. Now, let's talk about deadlines. The national filing cutoff is November 15th, but state-specific processing can end earlier. Some offices close submissions by November 12th due to Veterans Day scheduling. That means you should not wait until the last minute. File today, even if you're not sure you qualify. It's better to be reviewed and approved than to assume you're ineligible and miss out completely. If you run into issues, call the official SSA helpline at 1-800-77-2-1213. That's the only legitimate number. You can also visit your local office, but expect long wait times. If you're calling, press option 3 for benefit verification and ask the representative to check your status for the supplemental adjustment payment. Now, a serious warning: beware of scammers. The SSA will never call you out of the blue asking for your social security number or banking details. They don't demand payments or gift cards, and they don't ask for personal info over text or email. If you get a message claiming to fast-track your $2,750, delete it immediately. The only safe place to apply or verify is ssa.gov or your local social security office. Here's what happens after you verify. Within 10 to 14 business days, your account will update with a confirmation message saying adjustment approved. From there, the deposit is typically sent within 2 weeks. If you opted for direct deposit, it'll go straight into your account. Paper checks might take a bit longer, up to 4 weeks, depending on postal delays in your area. And here's the best part: this payment does not affect your regular Social Security or SSI benefits. It's a one-time supplemental correction, meaning it won't reduce your monthly check or count as taxable income for most recipients. That's a big relief, especially for seniors who are already worried about losing other benefits. Now, before we wrap up, let me say this clearly. Do not ignore this opportunity. Programs like this come and go quietly, and once the filing window closes, the funds are reallocated, gone for good. So please double-check your account, verify your information, and make sure you don't miss that November 15th deadline. You've worked for your benefits. You've earned this help. Don't let bureaucracy or confusion take away what's yours. If this update helped you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this isn't the last big change coming. More payment adjustments, COLA updates, and new tax credits are on the horizon, and I'll be here breaking it all down so you never miss a dollar you're entitled to. Stay informed, stay alert, and most importantly, stay hopeful. Better days are coming, and your financial stability starts with knowing the facts. I'll see you in the next update. Stay safe, stay ready, and take care of yourself and your loved ones.